So, hello everyone. Glad to see so many people here. Alexander. So, first time in Singapore. Cool to see so many people here. I thought the room would be empty, but here we are. First time speaking to all of you, amazing community. So, my name is George, also known as 0x Hosomaki, and today we will be speaking about what we believe at CrossFi will be the next future of banking system. So crypto and fiat payments, seamlessly integrating these two worlds. So before we start, let's talk a little bit about the history of our team. If you remember the 90s, you're lucky, because I was only 3 years old back then. So I'll explain what happened in the 90s. As you can remember, some of you, the 90s were painful. There wasn't a lot of people using the banking system. Most people were using cash, and it was something unknown for the people. And basically, people in the banking space had to onboard the people. And there was a lot of things that some of our team members accomplished in the 90s. So some of us were bankers back then. They introduced the first POS, ATMs in Europe, and the first security audit check called RAMP. And if some of you are wondering what POS means, POS, it doesn't mean proof of stake. I gotta be clear on that. It just meant point of sale, which was basically a method of verification when you were inserting the card, and boom, the payment was done, the card was accepted. Now that we have the blockchains, it's super easy to track your payment, to track your transaction. You just look at your Explorer. Obviously, you have to pay gas fees quite good enough to have a fast payment, but that's it. And ironically, if back then we had to onboard people to the banking system, now the banking system has to be onboarded to crypto. Which brings me to the next slide. This is a common problem that we all know from DeFi users, crypto users. We all use banking system in our daily lives. We pay for groceries, we pay for insurance, we pay for holidays with our girlfriend, wife, kids. But that's it, and it has some key problems that I will talk about later. DeFi, on the other hand, offers a permissionless way to manage your funds, to interact with applications, to build whatever you want in a trustless environment. But it has its cons. The banking system is centralized, and we all know if some of you made a payment to a developing country on a Friday evening, let's say, the funds don't arrive on Tuesday. And if they arrive, you're quite lucky. And on DeFi side, it's something that is super innovative and super new. So most of the people don't actually know how it works. They don't even know how the wallets work. So we have to build simple interfaces. And if you want to cash out from your crypto wallet to your banking account, because for some reason you're preparing to go to TOKEN2049 and spending a lot of cash, well, you need to go through a centralized exchange. The centralized exchange is something super cool. Yes, it has a cool interface. Yes, we're used to use this, but it's one single point of failure, which is not the optimal way in crypto. We want to help alternatives and have our choice. What do we want? And the centralized exchanges are good in its ways. I'm not saying they're bad. If someone from Kraken is in this room, please don't suspend my account. But let's talk about how we can have an alternative for this. This is where we want to be. We want to be in the perfect middle where someone, just in one single transaction, can withdraw his funds from his, let's say through Zapp's dApp. His funds are converted and sent to the bank. Everything on-chain, transparent. We see three phases in crypto. The first phase was legacy payments. We had SWIFT in the banking system. We have SWIFT, SEPA, Wire. We all use these even nowadays. But on the blockchain side, initially it was all about transactions per second, scalability, security, all of these various things. Then we saw a little bit of utility with even a little bit more than just payments with DeFi, where you could swap your tokens through Uniswap or any DEXs, pay someone through LlamaPay, and like invest, borrow, take a loan on Aave. On the banking side, it has also improved. We see fintech applications such as Revolut, PayPal, where you can pay someone in a super fast environment, user-friendly, but yet it's still under the cover a legacy payment and a centralized mean of payment. And we believe that cross-finance is in the phase 3, where you can make anything you want in just few clicks, pay someone through your DeFi wallet, connect obviously to cross-finance through our dApp portal. And let's break down how it works in different stages. So this slide may be difficult to understand, but bear with me, this is all happening in the backend. Obviously, the devs have pitched me on this one, but I have used these dApps as well. So you come into CrossApp, which has an integration of Layer 0. Layer 0 allows us to swap tokens through Sushi on more than 6 networks using more than 200 tokens. And this is only like super liquid tokens. So you can even imagine using your, let's say, shitcoin to pay for your bread in Paris. Then the funds are sent to cross-finance chain, which gives us an opportunity to have fast, reliable, and secure transactions. And then the payment processor, depending on what was the initial action you had, Visa, MasterCard, any of these, or simply a payment, SWIFT, is made. All of these steps are on-chain visible, and you can check them through the Explorer. Cool, right? And we have talked about the cross-finance chain. So the CrossFi chain is an EVM-compatible chain. We incentivize people to come build on top of our application, which is going to be the stack on top of the banking system using crypto. And you're wondering, so what is going to be the token that we're going to use in order to pay for transactions, and who are going to be the validators? So the XFi token in itself will be used as an incentive, but also through governance, where you will be able to vote what the future of our blockchain will look like and make fees, anything you want, modular through governance. So this is something super important for us. The banking specs. Unified card processing. So whether it's debit, credit card, all these transactions happen across multiple channels. A streamlined core banking. It's like an e-banking. So you can come to our dApp and manage the funds, what you want to do. You want to accept, deposit, withdraw, anything of these. So it's not simply like buy and sell through our dApp, but also manage your portfolio. Top tier PCI DSS. I managed to say all the letters. So this is the highest security level that we can reach and have uncapped amount of transactions. The self-managed settlements allow us to have transactions and not rely on any third party in the banking industry. And finally, 9 trusted banking partners that help us with consulting and realize this project that we all started. Cross-finance specs. So the cross-finance specs here, there's a lot of things that we covered previously, but the most critical thing that I want to highlight again is the non-custodial part. So you remain the owner of your funds, you connect with your DeFi wallet, and boom, the transaction is made, you sell your assets. Prototype of how the card will look like. So this is only a prototype, but we aim to have personalized cards. So you can customize your cards, you can take your NFT that has no more utility and just, boom, put it on top of it, and you have your fancy card that you can show to all of your friends. Countries that we will be supporting on day 1. This doesn't mean that the countries that are not colorized are not going to be supported. We're just working on it, so bear with us. It will come one day. And the big question is, when? When, Sir Hosomaki? And I will tell you when. It is happening right now. So the first 300 people to scan this QR code will receive before everyone else their card. So you just have to fill the form, and you will be contacted really shortly by email to get your card before everyone else. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and I'll see you at the booth. Thank you.